Here's 10 things that we're not going to be seeing in GTA 6. So as you may know, I do a lot of live streams and a lot of Q&A videos, and during this time I've collected some of the biggest talking points that I've seen arise when it comes to talking about GTA 6. Now of course there's a lot of the usual ones there, talking about the weapons in the game, talking about the map, and talking about various different elements that we can deduce from what we've seen from the leaks and of course the trailer. But of course there's a number of things that keep coming up in conversation that a lot of people seem to believe may have something to do with the GTA 6 story. Now in this video I'm going to use whether we've seen it in the leaks or whether we've seen it in the trailer as the deciding factor or whether it's going to be in GTA 6. Of course things could change as new information comes out, and of course things can change as we get trailer 2 and so forth. But at the moment, on the 23rd of April 2024, these are 10 things that we do not believe are gonna be in GTA 6. So the first thing is time differences. There's been a lot of references that GTA 6 may go back to the 80s as seen in GTA Vice City, but at the moment from what we've seen in the leaks and what we've seen from the information we have available, it doesn't look like there's any supporting evidence to say that that will be the case. Next, we need to talk about GTA 5's protagonists. Now this is a popular one for debate. A lot of people have been asking me which GTA 5 or GTA 4 protagonists are going to be seen in GTA 6. Now of course in GTA 4 we had that guy that found the diamonds that said he was going to be moving to Vice City to set up his own gun store. Now of course this could be a cameo and it could be a hint to potentially this character being featured in GTA 6, but of course he wasn't a main character of the game. In my personal opinion and based on the information we've seen so far from the leaks in the trailer, it doesn't look like Trevor, Michael or Franklin will be making any appearances in GTA 6. I'm not saying that there's no chance that they could make a cameo appearance, it may be some additional DLC in the future, or maybe even in the main storyline, but the information that we've seen so far doesn't suggest this. Next we have children, and more importantly, does Lucia have a child? Now surprisingly, this has been a popular point for contentious debate. I've had a lot of people ask questions on my videos and a lot of people ask me what I think about Lucia having a child in the game. Now of course nothing we've seen in the leaks and nothing we've seen in the trailer points to this being a possibility. And yes, I will stop there. This particular scene in the trailer where a lot of people are saying that this is a child in the background, this is a person that's knee deep in mud and they're a little bit further away than this person. I personally don't believe this is a child, and this is the general consensus that I've seen from Reddit and other communities alike. I think if children were to be in the game, we would have seen some reference in the leaks or some reference in the trailer other than this, which to be honest is far too cryptic even for Rockstar Games. And of course we have the overarching issue that the game contains sexual content and violence, which combined together make it a lot harder to have children represented in the game. There are some games that have exceptions from this, but overall to get a mature rating and to contain all of these themes is a really tricky thing to do, especially when you're trying to apply to rating scores such as ESRB, PEGI and many more. If this game was only to be sold in one country or two countries, maybe there could be some workarounds, but the fact that this game is being designed to be the most commercially viable game possible, it makes it a little bit harder. Next is hunting. Now this has been a big one. In the leaks we were able to see that there were some options for things such as spearfishing, but overall a lot of people are quite hung up on the Red Dead Redemption 2 style of gameplay. I've had so many different questions about skinning different wild animals and selling the pelts and earning money from doing different hunting activities. I do think potentially fishing and of course maybe capturing the odd alligator or two may be an option in the game, but I don't feel like this is going to be the same as it was for Red Dead Redemption 2. At the end of the day, Red Dead Redemption 2 was a glorified survival game. Essentially, that's what it was about. It was about people surviving off the land in which they lived in. No one's really doing that in Miami. So next we need to talk about co-op, and co-op is quite a popular one. A lot of people are warming up to the idea, and to be honest so am I. The ability to potentially play through the story with your friends and both be in control of individual characters. I do think it would be really cool, however it's not really something that Rockstar have explored within the Grand Theft Auto franchise in the past, so I'm very keen to see if this would be featured within the game. However, we haven't seen anything in the leaks or anything in the trailer that would suggest that this would be the case, but also it would be a huge step away from Rockstar's current way of storytelling. One of the things that does help sell Rockstar Games stories is the fact that you as a player develop relationships with all the characters in the game. If the other character in the game is essentially one of your friends playing, it would generate a different approach to the game, and once again I'm not saying that it won't be in there, but nothing we've seen so far suggests it will be. And at this point in the video I just want to say, and today's video is brought to you by private internet access. Now internet privacy is very important. A lot of games out there use something called the P2P model, which is the peer-to-peer model, where effectively you're not playing on a server, you're connecting to someone else's console and their console's connecting to yours. And a prime example of this is GTA Online. Now the problem with this is it makes it very easy for people to access your IP address, so it's not very secure at all. But by using private internet access, you're adding a barrier between yourself and the other person's console. You can change your location to one of 50 US states or 91 countries. And this is especially important if you're in the US. You can change your location to a nearby state rather than having to ping your location to the other side of the world. So you can not only get really fast gameplay, but of course stay completely private in the process. Whenever I play in VR or even on my consoles online, I always use a VPN. If you want to save yourself 83% off and get 4 months completely free, click the link down below. It only works out at about $2.03 a month. Insanely cheap. Next, we need to talk about Tommy Vercetti references. Now, of course, the original GTA Vice City game had Tommy Vercetti, played by Ray Liotta, as the main protagonist in the game. A lot of people have asked questions about the Vercetti mansion, and of course, there's some theories that this could potentially be the Vercetti mansion that we saw in the trailer here. Now, I do think that Rockstar will do throwbacks towards Vice City, maybe show some references to people such as Lance Vance. For example, this character in the trailer is dressed exactly like Lance Vance, but I don't think we're going to be seeing any reincarnations of Tommy Vercetti, Lance Vance, or any of the characters that appeared in the original Vice City game. Now, Rockstar's universes work in very complex and mysterious ways, and to be honest, it's probably better to go and watch Jetro's video explaining that full thing in full detail. It's very complicated. But overall, it wouldn't make sense for Rockstar to include direct links to the early 3D games in the GTA franchise, as GTA 6, for all intents and purposes, is in a separate universe entirely. However, Easter eggs are excluded from that rule, so we may see things like the Vercetti mansion, and we also may see some references to Scarface and other things like that. But overall, I don't think that the game is going to be massively hung up on Tommy Vercetti and all of the antics that took place in Vice City in the 1980s. Number 7 is the map. So I've had a lot of questions about the mapping project, and of course I'm massively supportive of the work they do, but it is worth saying that there are some things in the mapping project that are speculation. A lot of it is taken from the leaks back in 2022, but this isn't set in stone, and for the most part it's just an interesting project for a lot of people to get involved in. There are some things that are pretty much 100% confirmed because of the trailer. Of course they can still be changed, but for the most part a lot of the lower part of the map is pretty accurate from what we know so far. However, of course there's massive debates about other states being included within Leonida, for example referencing things like Cuba and other countries and surrounding islands off the coast of Florida, and of course other states north of Florida. This is something that I'm sure Rockstar could do, and I'm not at all doubting their abilities, but based on the information we have available at the moment, the map won't be including anything like the Bahamas or anything like that. Next, we need to talk about surfing. Now, surfing is a big one, and a while ago there's quite a few different articles talking about surfing being featured in the game. We don't have anything to believe that as of yet, and there's nothing to confirm that. Me being biased here, I would love for surfing to be in the game. Us being able to do more things on the water, especially when the waterways around Miami are crucial to its geographical location. Surfing would be insanely cool to have in the game. Unfortunately, we have nothing to prove that would be the case so far, but here's to hoping. Next is hurricanes. Now this is a big one. So of course there was a lot of rumors about extreme weather being featured in the game. Of course, where Miami, Vice City, is located, it is open to things like hurricanes and very adverse weather. However, late last year, a lot of different articles and different sources posted that extreme weather was scrapped from the game. Now I've seen multiple different explanations for this and multiple reasons why this may be the case, but overall it came down to two particular things. Firstly, console limitations. Adverse weather is quite intensive on the consoles that we currently have available, and we know that GTA 6 is going to be coming out on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X on base levels. So whatever the base capabilities of those consoles are, GTA 6 needs to be able to run on them very efficiently. And it can't be just squeezed into the consoles, it has to run smoothly. And one of the other reasons that people believe it's been axed from the game is mainly down to the knock-on effects of hurricanes. So hurricanes naturally are quite destructive to environments, and creating real-world destruction in real time in a game engine, whilst rendering everything else that GTA 6 will be able to do, will be extremely intensive on consoles. However, this opens up the market for modifications in the future and maybe some additional hurricane DLC or something like that. But at the moment, as it stands, we can see from the trailer that there's going to be some like thunderstorms and some severe rain, but in terms of intense hurricanes, we don't have much to go off. Maybe trailer 2 will show us some more. Number 10 is cryptocurrency and altcoins. So over the past 10 years in particular, cryptocurrency has taken off. It's become a big part of the financial ecosystem, and a lot of crypto millionaires end up moving moving to Miami. Now, whether cryptocurrency will feature in the game, I've seen a lot of different theories and speculation on how it could be implemented, but so far, based on the information we have available from the leaks in the trailer, there is no reference to cryptocurrency. There's reference to things like money laundering, which is essentially dumping ill-gotten gains into legitimate businesses, but other than that, we've seen no reference to cryptocurrency. So thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing, and a massive thank you to all of these channel members. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.